Okay, good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Good evening, online. What? Okay, you can hear my voice now, huh? Abhijit. All right, so let's jump on. What did we discuss in our last class? Ready for shootout? Hmm? Okay. So, what? Okay, let me start with like this. I have so many photos, videos. I need to store somewhere in AWS. Which service do you suggest? S3. What is the full form of S3? Simple? Simple storage service. Okay. This S3 is limited storage or unlimited storage? Unlimited storage. In S3, we can just upload, download, access the files. Is it possible to install, run, execute any files? No, not possible. S3 is server based or serverless? Server based or less? Serverless. So in S3, what do we create? What do we create? Buckets. What does the bucket contains? Object. What is the name of the object? So S3 is what based storage? Object based storage. So does S3 support static website hosting? It supports static website hosting. Do we need to worry about the performance, scale, etc. for it? No. Okay. Then how many steps are there to launch an EC2 instance? 7 steps. And what is hard disk called in AWS? Volume. What volumes are those? EBS volume. What volumes? EBS. What is full form of EBS? Elastic block storage. Okay. When you're launching the EC2 instance, by default, one volume will come. What is that volume? Root volume. What does the root volume contain? OS, operating system. What is the rest of the volumes called? Additional volumes. Additional volumes contains data. How many root volumes you can have per machine? Only one. Can we have multiple additional volumes? Yes. Volumes can be attached and detached? Yes. What is the maximum size of the volume? What is the default 16 terabyte? What is the default size for Windows? 30 GB. Linux 8 or 10 GB. Volumes need to be pre-provisioned. Yes or no? So I have only 30 GB volume. Can I increase it? Can I increase it? On fly? Yes. So on fly meaning do I need to stop the EC2 instance for that? Not required. So you can increase the volume size on fly. We don't need to stop it. Is it possible to decrease the volume size? What do you need to do for that? Delete and then recreate it. What is the root volume device name? /dev/SDA1. What is that? /dev/SDA1. Additional volumes, device name? /dev/SDBEFGH and something. Is it possible to detach the root volume while EC2 is running? Not possible. What do you need to do for that? Stop the EC2 instance and then detach it. Is it possible to detach the additional volume while EC2 is running? Yes, but recommended? No. EC2 instance has availability zones. Volume has availability zones. EC2 instance and volume should be in the same availability zone or different availability zone. Same availability zone. 1A volume can be attached to 1A EC2 instance. Huh? Okay, repeating. 1A volume can be attached to 1A EC2 instance. 1A volume can be attached to 1B EC2 instance. 1B volume can be attached to 1A EC2 instance. Not possible. Okay. Okay. So one volume can be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time? Not possible. But what if I need to have a shared storage? So that is the today's topic. Super, Anna. So, ఇక మొదలెడదామా? Okay. Okay, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well online? Okay, so I'll start this today's lecture with this question. Is it possible to attach one single volume to multiple EC2 instances at the same time? Answer is no. I'll write, is it possible to attach a single volume to multiple EC2 instances at the same time? Answer is no. Okay. So our requirement here is, let's say we have so many EC2 instances. For all EC2 instances, we need to have a shared storage. That meaning we need to have one storage where we need to have a storage where that storage needs to be attached to all EC2 instances at the same time. But one volume can be attached to multiple EC2 instances, not possible. But I need to have some storage where it should be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time. So if I log into the first EC2 instance, I see the data. If I log into the second EC2 instance, should I see the same data or different data? Same data. So I have that kind of requirement. Which service in AWS will support this kind of requirement? We'll check it now. Before that, there is a big questions. Hello, sir. One small request. While Q&A, if you follow up with answer, it will be useful for online people to make sure our answers are correct. Of course, I'm not answering it. Margaret, huh? Other people online, am I not answering the questions? Let me. Yes, 100% yes. Okay. So, and by the way, generally, Shia, okay. Okay. So maybe, yeah, chat box is not possible for me. So anyways, whatever questions that I'm asking, it is in the paint or not? So those are all in the paints. So just for, okay, so for no problem. So if I miss, I'll try to answer all the questions. Okay, no problem. I'll take it. Okay, so uh, so let's say, for example, we have the EC2 instances here. One. Okay. How many EC2 instances? Oh, why only 3? Remember that, because sometimes I'll get these questions. Sir, only 3, huh? No. So we have EC2 instances, and this EC2 instance is in 1A, this one, 1B, this one, 1C. So every EC2 instance has its own root volume or not? It has its own root volume. It has its own root volume. It has its own root volume. Root. root. Okay. So before this, I'll just give you, I'll give you one real-time scenario. Let's say you guys are all in my team, right? So let's say you guys are all in my team. Let's say you are all 100 or 110 people are there. So now I want to share one file to everyone. For everyone, I want to share only one file to everyone or few files to everyone. Do I need to share to each and individual persons? Or what should I do? What I do, I'll put it in a share storage. Yes or no? I'll put it in one storage. I'll put it in a place and that place will be shared to everyone. Yes or no? Like shared folder. Similarly here also, see here. When I log into this EC2 instance, obviously I'll be in my C drive or desktop or not? Desktop meaning C drive or not? C drive meaning that is root volume or not? Yes or no? Okay, if I put any data here, can I see the same data here? Say that, yes or no? Online. If I put some data here on the root volume, can I see the same data here also in another EC2 instance root volume? Answer is no. Answer is no. Because the volumes are connected to the EC2 instance. Volumes cannot be shared, no? So these volumes are individually attached to the EC2 instance. If I put any data in my root volume, that will be inside only that volume. It will not be available in another EC2 instance. But what if I need to have the same data available in all the machines? For that, AWS came up with a service called EFS. What is that? EFS, Elastic File System. What is it, Nana? Say that one more time. Online, say that, put it in the chat. EFS. What is EFS? Elastic File System. What file system? Elastic. See, everywhere it is elastic. Everywhere here it is elastic. So, elastic meaning what? Increase or decrease based on our requirement. Yes or no? Yes or no? What is elastic meaning? Increase or decrease. Not only servers, on the storage side also. And remember, this EFS, what you need to do is here, you create EFS file system here like this. This is EFS. And this EFS, what you need to do, you need to mount this EFS to the EC2 instance. What you need to do? What is the word I used? Mount. The same EFS, I'm mounting it to the multiple EC2 instances at the same time. Okay. Okay. So here we have the EC2. How many EC2 instances are there? 3 EC2 instances. How many EFS are there? Only one EFS. So I have one EFS here. I have created EFS. That EFS I'll be mounting into the each and every EC2 instances. So now, Nana, similarly, like how you have pen drive. Whenever you attach the pen drive to your laptop, what will happen? It will create a separate E drive or F drive, correct? Similarly here also, whenever you mount, it will create one drive here. It will create a drive. And what you do is now, you log into the EC2 instance and then put the data inside this here. If you put the data here inside this mount point, the data is stored over here. Now, if I log into the second EC2 instance, can I see the same data ABC here or not? And if I log into the third EC2 instance, can I see the same data or not? So one EFS is attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time. So if you want to have a shared storage concept, so what is the service that you should choose? EFS. What is that? EFS, Elastic File System. And very good thing here is EFS is completely managed by AWS. EFS is completely managed by AWS. You don't need to install, you need to do nothing. You just go to AWS. There is a service called AWS service called EFS. Go and click on the button called Create EFS. Click and then give some configuration, and then hit it. And then EFS is created. Do we need to manage it? Do we need to control it? Do we need to? Everything is completely managed by AWS. We need to just use it. We just need to use it. That's it. So EFS is completely managed by AWS. And very important thing is this EFS concept is only for Linux machines. Which machines, Nana? So this EFS can be used for which type of operating systems? Linux EC2 instances only. Okay. And EFS is created somewhere and you're attaching this EFS to the EC2 instance through network. Yes or no? Now, what is EFS? File system only, no? What is EFS? File system only. And EFS is created and EC2 instance is another service. EFS is another service. And you are mounting this EFS to the EC2 instance through network, no? So can I call it as NFS, network file system? What is that? Network file system. So which protocol this EFS will use? NFS protocol. Which protocol? Which protocol? Version 4. Which version? Version 4. So EFS works on which protocol? NFS version 4. Say that. Which protocol? NFS version 4. Online people, I want you to put it in the chat. Which protocol? NFS version 4. S3 is what based storage? Object based storage. S3 is what based storage? Object based storage. EBS is what based storage? Block based storage. EFS is file based storage. EFS is file based storage. S3 object based. EBS block based. EFS file based storage. Certification questions. And this EFS is unlimited storage. EFS is unlimited storage. If it is unlimited, do we need to pre-provision? Can you go and say, hey, I want 100 GB, 200 GB? Are AWS saying, take it is full unlimited? No, why you're asking this much? Unlimited, how much data you put it in EFS, put it. Automatically it increase. If you delete, automatically it decrease. That is why it is called it as elastic file system. Elastic file system. Understood? EFS is completely managed by AWS. And one more important question, see here. This EFS can be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time. How many? Thousands of machines. So many. This EFS can be attached to multiple EC2 instances across availability zones. Answer is yes. Do you see the first EC2 instance in which availability zone? 1A. Second one? 1B. Third one? For all availability zones, for all EC2 instances across availability zones, EFS can be mounted? Yes. So EFS can be attached to multiple EC2 instances across availability zones. Understand? Super. This is EFS. EFS is completely managed by AWS. There is a question from Shavik. EFS is regional or global? Regional. Did I say global? If I didn't say anything, so it is regional only. So EFS is for which type of operating systems? EFS is only for Linux EC2 instances. EFS works on which protocol? NFS version 4 protocol. EFS is what based storage? Sir, shared storage concept we understood. And you said EFS is for which type of operating systems? Linux. But how about Windows, sir? Yes or no? How about for Windows? For Windows, there is a separate service called FSX. What is that? FSX. So here, FSX. File system. X represent multiple varieties. Generally, when we say we have so many varieties, what do you say? X, Y, Z, you will say no. So in Windows, we have file system. There are multiple varieties of file system for Windows. For that reason, they call it as FSX. What is that? Say that. FSX. What is that? FSX. So FSX is for which type of EC2 instances? Windows EC2 instances. Sir, if EFS is deleted in one availability zone, will that be available in another availability zone? If EFS, that Sri Krishna, that meaning you're talking about data or you're talking about EFS completely? I'll answer both. So, Chitty, see here, you put the data EFS completely. Yeah. If you delete the EFS, will it be available in another availability zone? No. So one EFS, you are attaching it to multiple EC2 instances across availability zone. If you delete the EFS, it will not be anywhere. Simple. It will not be anywhere because it is shared. So, sir, so the main purpose of using EFS is to share the files across multiple availability zones. Yes, Asha, correct. Within the with the EC2 instances. Chitty, EFS is limited or unlimited storage? Unlimited storage. These are all certification questions. Okay. Do we need to pre-provision? EFS doesn't require any pre-provisioning. It will automatically increase and decrease based on the data you put in EFS. EFS can be mounted to across multiple EC2 instances across availability zones. EFS can be mounted to multiple EC2 instances at the same time across availability zones. Can you please explain the diagram again, please? Did you miss that, Ganesh? Okay, see here. How many EC2 instances are there? 3 EC2 instances. First EC2 instance in which availability zone? 1A. Second one, 1B. Third one, 1C. All are Windows or Linux. Linux one. Every EC2 instance has its own root volume. Yes. So if I want to share the data, should I use the root volume or should I use the EFS? EFS. Create EFS and then mount that EFS to the EC2 instance. So you create the EFS and then you mount. You mount it. So once you log in into the EC2 instance and in this mount point, if you put the data, that data will be stored inside the EFS. As the same EFS is attached to multiple EC2 instances, so you can see the same data on all the 3 EC2 instances inside the mount point. Okay. No, Ibrahim, no. Linux, Windows, no cross. Okay. Is it clear till here, everyone? Online, is this clear? Ganesh, is that clear for you? Okay, super. Now, let me give you a real-time example. Then okay. See, let's say you have 1 terabyte of data with you. How much? 1 terabyte of data. Now you have a requirement to move this 1 terabyte of data to S3. Where? You want to upload to S3. Tell me you have how much terabyte of data? 1 terabyte. I'm just giving only small, 1 terabyte only. And with your laptop, you log into the AWS console. You went to S3 service and you click on upload and then you're copying the data to S3. 1 terabyte. How much time will it take? Days. How much time? Days. See here. If you are downloading, uploading 2 GB, 5 GB file itself, it is taking 1-2 hours. Yes or no? So if you want to upload 1 terabyte of data to S3, will you upload with your normal internet? Yes or no? Will you able to upload with the normal internet? 100% no. So I'm just giving only 1 terabyte. Let's say, for example, YouTube. Just imagine how much data that YouTube might have. How much Google might have. How much Netflix might have. how much is huge data. You understand? I'm giving an example of only 1 TB in for our mindset. So now there is a requirement that I want to upload immediately. I want to have my on-premises data to S3. How do we do? Through online? Not possible. Is that possible through online? To upload, it will take a lot of time. So for this, AWS came up with a service called Snow Family. Not that family. Not Manju family. Right? So Snow Family. Online, say that. What is it? Snow Family. Snow Family, in that Snow Family, how many people are there? 3. Similarly, here also in this family also we have 3 devices. How many devices? 3 devices. This Snow Family concept is physical data transfer. What is it, Chitty? Physical data transfer. AWS will send you one dabba. Oh, other one will send you one box. AWS will send you one box. It's like a hard disk, big hard disk. It's look like a briefcase. So you just need to order. How you order normally in your Amazon and Flipkart? Similarly, go to Snow Family and then you need to order. There are 3 devices in Snow Family. How many devices? 3 devices. Number 1 is Snow Cone, which support 8 TB. Say that, Snow Cone. And second one is Snow Edge, which supports 100 TB. And third one, Snow Mobile, which supports petabytes. Huge. Tell me guys, what are the 3 things that we have? Okay. Let me answer Raj's question. Suppose I have terminated EC2. What is the state of EBS, EFS, FSX? Will they terminate along the instance? Okay. I'll make you answer this. See, his question here is, I terminated the EC2 instances. This EFS will also get terminated automatically? Yes or no? Hmm? How many EC2 instances are there? 3. Like this, I have 30. For all 30, I have same EFS. Now in that 30 machines, I have terminated 5 machines. That means EFS will also get deleted. What will happen to 25 machines? Logic. So answer is no. So if you terminate the EC2 instance, EFS remains same. It doesn't delete it. That is number 1. Second option, second thing he asked, how about the EBS volume? If you terminate the EC2 instance, EBS volume meaning here root volume will be deleted or not? Okay, I'm asking this question again, answer it. If you terminate the EC2 instance, by default, root volume will be deleted or not? Tell me yes or no. Answer is yes. If you terminate the EC2 instance, additional volume will be deleted, yes or no? So what does the root volume contain? Operating system. If it terminate, if it delete also, do we have any problem? But in additional volume, what do we have? Data. If that is deleted, it's problem or not? So if you terminate the EC2 instance, by default, root volume will get deleted, but not additional volume. Actually, this concept, when we go to EC2 deeper level, what are we doing now? It's just a trailer. It's just a trailer. When we go deeper, there all these kind of concepts will come. Okay, let's not deviate now further. But you got the answer, maybe. Oh, Rajesh, you got the answer, right? Okay, see here. Coming to the Snow family. In Snow family, how many devices are there? 3 devices. What are those? Snow cone, Snow edge, Snow mobile. Say one more time. Snow cone, Snow edge, Snow mobile. One more time. Snow cone supports how many terabytes? Snow edge, Snow mobile. Petabytes, say no. Petabytes. What is that? Petabytes. Okay. Let's say I have a requirement of moving 5 terabytes. Which device would you choose? Enough, no. Snowcone has a capacity of 8 terabyte. So how this will happen is, see, listen this carefully. So you need to order, let's say I'm ordering Snowcone. You went to AWS console and order Snowcone. AWS will send you a small briefcase or suitcase level type of hard disk they will send to your address physically. And you take that box, connect to your on-premises servers, transfer all the data. Instead of transferring the data online, now you are transferring the data physically. It will be faster or not? 100% it will be faster. There, if you're taking months, here it will complete within 1 day. And then once this is transferred, courier it back to AWS. And AWS will put the data to S3. AWS is a very sweet boy, you know. See? Of course, no. Double urkera, nothing will come for free. Right? So if you have more size, then go for Snow Edge. Do you want to see how does the snow cone looks like? Go to Google and then type snow, not snow world, snow AWS, snow cone. Do you see this here? Box. This is the box, how it looks like. Okay. Snow Edge also looks similar. Similar only. But interestingly, you want to see Snow Mobile? You want to see Snow Mobile? Do you see the truck? This is Snow Mobile. So, huh? Truck, correct. Container with hard disk, big container. So if you go and Pusuk order snowmobile, the truck will come to your home. Be careful. You have to sit and go to AWS, not your data. Okay. So don't try to. That's what. If you follow me, you don't get the bill. If you don't follow me, truck will come to take you to AWS. You have to be working in the data centers now. Okay. So you understood now. So remember, there are few services where we cannot do practicals, like Snow Family. Can we do practicals with Snow Family? But you need to know the concept. Okay, so we should not leave those kind of concepts also. Everything I'll be covering it. So I'm just giving heads up that don't ask me later, sir, you have not shown how Snow Family work. Oh, I'll do that, but I'll give your address in our AWS for to Snowmobile. Okay, anyways, all this data, they will push it to which service? Which service? S3. Margaret, S3. So Snow Family is used to transfer huge data physically. Yes or no? So Snow Family is used to transfer huge data from on-prem to AWS and vice versa. And this Snow Family is a physical data transfer using devices. Is it clear on the Snow Family? Okay, so now generally in your real life also, let's say you have so many photos, latest photos you watch. What will you do with the old photos and videos? You'll take the backup or you upload it somewhere. That meaning, can we, instead of saying that, can we say archive? Archive. That is the right word that we should use. What is the word that we should use? Archive. So generally, uh, generally, if we have so much of data to store, let's say, for example, you have photos, videos, generally, where do you store? Which service? In AWS. Which one? Obviously, which one? S3. So I have a lot of photos and videos. Where do you store? In S3. Now you have stored all the videos and photos, but you are not using it regularly. You're not using it regularly and you're paying more money for it. If you are not using it, why you need to pay for more money? If you are not using it, why you need to pay more money? Because you are not using it, no. What you need to do, you need to archive it. For archiving, AWS came up with a new service called, another service called Glacier. What is that? What is that? Glacier. What is that? Glacier. So Glacier is used for what purpose? Archive purpose. Yes, sir. Matartana? Okay. Guys, you have an announcement. Mr. Srikanth want to talk for a minute. Just a second.
Yeah, good evening, online students. I'm audible. Please respond. Am I audible? Yeah. Yeah, good evening, all offline students. Yeah. So Monday, we are going to create a Telegram group, separate Telegram group, and those who have paid the fees will be added. Okay. And we are giving you the Google Classroom also for online and offline both. So you have for Google Classroom, where sir will be sharing you the notes. For that, you have to complete your full payments. If you have done half payments, once you have completed your full payments, then only you will be added. So installments are available only for offline students. Online students is not applicable for you. You have already done the complete payment. So you will be added on Monday. Yeah, videos link also will add you. So if you're not added, online students, if you're not added in the videos link, just drop me a message in the chat box. Already I've shared you my number. Once again, I'll share my number. Send number. The number is 799 799 7808. If you have not shared your payment details, please share the payment details also. Okay. By Monday, we'll be adding you to the videos link as well. Already few students have been added. Remaining others also will be added if you're not added. Just drop me a message in the WhatsApp. And even online students, if you those who have paid with recordings, if you're not added, you can meet Mr. Ajay. He'll take your details and he'll make sure that you'll be added in the videos link. For Telegram, we'll be adding everyone. But for Google Classroom, you have to complete your full payments for offline students. As they have told you, 15 days time or 20 days time they have given you. Even though it has been more than that, right? It was almost 20 days, right? So try to complete your full payments by Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday. So that we'll add you. And from day one, notes will be there in that. Okay, is that clear, guys? Online students, can you respond? Online students, can you respond? Okay, thank you. Thank you, dear sir.
Okay. All right. So I was talking about what is the service that I was talking about? Glacier. So Glacier is used for what purpose? Archive purpose. So if you are not using, Chidi, if you are not using regularly for any documents in S3, unnecessarily you don't need to pay more money. What you need to do, you can transfer all this data to which service? Glacier. If you move to Glacier, it's very cheaper than S3 and you will get a huge discount. And then you don't need to pay more money on it. So you will get a certification questions like this. So which is the service is used for archive purpose? Glacier. I'm asking directly, but in certification, they'll give you a nice story. Like, hey, I have a lot of data, we went for a trip, etc., and we have stored all the data in S3. But next day, I mean, next trip also happened, but old trip photos we are not watching it. But which is a service that it's suitable for me to store it? Like this, they'll give a nice paragraph, nice story. So based on that, you read and then answer it. So generally, whenever there are few RSM people, like very excited people. Whenever say this, see photos, videos, they'll put S3. But you need to read the entire question and then find exact answer there. Okay. So Glacier. So is it obviously cheaper than S3 or not? Cheaper than S3. Okay. Now, okay. So I'm talking about on premises now. What is it? On premises. Difference between S3 and EFS. S3 is a storage where you can store any kind of files. Whereas EFS is for what kind of operating system? Linux. Remember, it is Linux based. You know clearly the difference between Windows and Linux, correct? So S3, it is not, S3 is just a storage. From Linux machine also you can access it. From Windows machine also you can access, because S3 is a storage. But EFS is a file system. EFS is a file system. It is what file system? Linux file system. No. So where you put only the Linux kind of files. So let's say, for example, in EFS, you have put Excel sheet. Can you open it? Can you open it? No, because it's a Linux based. No. So that is a clear difference. S3 is where you can store any kind of files. You can access from Windows also. You can access from Linux also. But EFS is a file system only for Linux. Hope that is clear. Okay. So I assume this is the on-premise. So I'll tell you the problem, then I'll give this answer for it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So this is on premises. On premises. Is that clear, Margaret? I didn't get response. CC something. Okay. So this is on premises. See, I'm giving you one real-time problem here. Assume that you are working in on-premises data center. In on-premises, you have so many servers, desktop, laptops. There's so many things will be there or not? There's so many things will be there. So many servers, so many desktops, so many machines, so many things, workstations, everything will be there. And for your on-premises, you need to have a storage also or not? Whereas you will be storing all the data inside the storage. Let's say you have 5 terabyte. Tell me, this 5 terabyte is sufficient? After 1 month, people started asking you, hey, I need more storage, more storage, more storage. And then is it possible, easy to increase 5 terabyte to 10 terabyte in your on-premises? Not possible. Anyways, what you did was you went and purchased another, storage, storage, and then you made 10 terabyte. Later, after 1 month, again you need more space. Again you need more space. Again you need more space. Will you go ahead and keep on purchasing the storage? Will you keep on going purchasing the storage? All your people will be storing the data here. And as an admin, you need to take the backup of the storage also or not? You guys are all keeping the data in my laptop. What if my laptop goes down? All your data is gone or not? As an admin, what I need to do? I need to take the backup of my laptop again. That meaning how much storage that you need? Huge. Is it easy to get the storage in our on-premises? Now you understand the problem. You understood now? For this, how would you feel? I'm just asking you, how would you feel if AWS says, hey, you can use my S3, EFS, Glacier, my storage services in your on-premises? How it would be? It will be super or not? Yes or no? So AWS will say, hey, Babu, you can use my S3 in your on-premises. You can use my volumes in your on-premises. You can use my Glacier in your on-premises, not through console. Directly you can use it. Like a mount point, you can use it in your on-premises. In on-premises, in your laptop, you have D drive, no? Similarly, S3 will be acting as a D drive for you. If you do like that, do you have any space issues? So AWS has came up with a service called Storage Gateway. What is that? Say that. What is that? Storage Gateway. So AWS says that, hey, I have AWS services, storage services, actually. What services? S3 is there, EBS is there, Glacier is there, FSX is there, all these things. So what you do is you will be using all these things in your on-premises. Now, AWS is public storage or private storage? AWS is public storage or private storage? Public storage. In your on-premises, it is public or private? Private. What is the combination of public and private called? Hybrid. So can I say this is a hybrid storage? In AWS, which is the hybrid storage? In AWS, which is the hybrid storage? Storage gateway. So you can use AWS storages in your on-premises using a concept called storage gateway. Is this clear now? Online, is this clear? But we'll go deeper into these concepts in coming days. But you understood what is storage gateway? If at all, if you want to use AWS storage services in your on-premises directly, then use a service called storage gateway. Is this clear till here? Online, is this clear till here? CC, please. Super. Now, let's move to database services. Are there any DB admins and are there any storage admins in our class? Or anyone who handles databases online? Correct, Ibrahim. For other services, we can use any of the operating system, Ibrahim. Okay. You know database server? You know at least database server? What is database server? Where the database is hosted, correct? So the database server is a very tricky server or not? Very important and difficult server to manage it or not? Okay, see here. This is on premises. I'm talking about on premises, okay? In on premises, let's say we have a database server called SQL server. Do you know SQL server? Just have you heard about it at least? SQL server. And this server having 8 GB RAM. How much? 8 GB RAM. This is a physical machine. What is that? Now, have you heard about RDBMS? In your college days, we have learned now. Sir, I mean, which storage service for other OS? I didn't understand that question, Ibrahim. Just try to put everything in one shot. We have only two OS, Windows and Linux. Yeah, maybe I didn't understand the question properly. Okay, so RDBMS. What is RDBMS? Relational Database Management System. Correct? So in our college days, we used to learn this. Correct? So your SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, all these are all RDBMS databases or not? Relational databases. Which one? Relational. Relational. It's very bound to relational. Okay. Assume that we have a database server in your on-premises. You'll get so many problems with database servers or not? You'll get so many problems. Can you tell me a few problems? Is it possible to set up good high availability in your on-premises? No. Is it possible to set up elasticity in your on-premises? You will get scalability issues or not? Tell me. What kind of issues that you get? Performance issues, DB crash, someone say backup issues, restoration issues, storage issues, upgrade issues, replication issues, mirroring issues, migration issues, patching issues, cloning issues, login issues, security issues, failover issues, data issues, network issues, connectivity issues, maintenance issues, data integrity issues, cost issues, finally headache issues. Yes or no? If you give me a few minutes, I can fill up this entire paint with the issues. Because I was also a database admin one time in my experience. So in my experience, I handled, I qualified everything, every technology. Okay, so we have these many issues, so many issues. So these are all issues will be handled by whom? DBA. Who is that? Database administrator. Who is that? Database admin. Database admin will be always in a bad mood. Always. In my experience, I saw many DBS. Every time morning to evening, they'll put the face like, why? Issues by so many issues. So today there is one issue. Tomorrow there'll be another issue. And day after tomorrow, the issue was not resolved and continuing the same issue. And with the same issue, you'll get the new issue. And again, our old issue will come. Another new issue will come. Issues. And finally, it's a issue. So handling the database machines is very, 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 very torture. Just imagine you have SQL server. All of a sudden, your customer come and say, change from SQL server to MySQL. Hey, what is that requirement? So DBA will die. And MySQL 4.5 to 4.5 to 10.5, migrate it. That is also a nightmare. Backups every day, backups are happening. But whenever there is a requirement to restore, he cannot see the backups. Boom, badal. You see the problems. These are all like, heart aching problems. The DBAs will. That's why he always need a big hug, because he always in that kind of, mindset. Anyways, so you have so many problems now. And good news is you no need to worry about all these things now. And this is now completely managed by AWS. As this is completely managed by AWS, DBS anymore, all DBLs are fired. So there is no much future for DBS from now onwards. So those who are DBS, it's a high time for you to move out of that profile and come to cloud or something else, because this is completely managed by AWS. So in AWS, which is a service where you can go and create databases, and that the service name is called RDS. What's that? Relational Database Services. Say that, Nana. One more time. You say it as RDS. Which one? If I ask you a question, which is a service where you can go and create databases? RDS. Which one? RDS is a service or server? Service. RDS is a service. So it's not a database server. RDS is a service. There you can create databases. So RDS is a service where you can set up, configure, maintain what type of databases? RDBMS databases. What type of databases? RDBMS database. So RDS is a service where you can set up, configure, maintain RDBMS databases. In EC2, we call it as EC2 instance. Here we call it as DB instance. What is that? RDS DB instance. RDS supports only RDBMS databases. RDS is a database or it's a database service? It's not a database. It is a database service. So in RDS, AWS supports 7 engines. How many engines? How many engines? 7 engines. Certification questions. All these are all certifications. RDS supports 7 engines inside it. And those are MySQL, Oracle, MS SQL, Postgres SQL, MariaDB, Aurora, and IBM DB2. Guys, how many RDS supports how many engines? 7 engines. And all these are all RDBMSs or not? All these are all RDBMS databases. You can shortcut, you can mom PMA I. What is the shortcut that you can remember? Say that mom PMA I. Say that. Mom PMA I. Mom PMA I. This is certification question because I'm giving a hint how to remember. So RDS supports how many engines? 7 engines. See me here. Let's try to list down one by one. What is that? Mom PMA I. Mom PMA I. Number 1. M. MySQL. O. Oracle. M. MS SQL. P. Postgres. Next. Okay, forget. See, mom PMA, MySQL. Say that MySQL, Oracle, MS SQL, Postgres, MariaDB, Aurora, IBM DB2. Say with me again. With me. See me. Don't see that. See me. See in my eyes. You will be able to understand. Okay. So number 1, MySQL, Oracle, MS SQL, Postgres, MariaDB, Aurora, IBM DB2. Now you tell me. MySQL, Oracle, MS SQL, Postgres, MariaDB, Aurora, IBM DB2. Mom PMA I. What is that? Mom PMA I. So you know very well. Mom PMA. Okay. So MySQL is open source. Oracle is from which company? Oracle. MS SQL from which company? MS SQL from which company? Microsoft. MS represent Microsoft. Postgres, open source only. MariaDB, community based. Aurora. Say that. Not Agora. Aurora. Which one? Aurora is, whose baby is Aurora? AWS engine. AWS baby is Aurora. Like how from MS SQL is from Microsoft. Now, who is the owner of MS SQL? Microsoft. The owner of Aurora is AWS. AWS proprietary database engine is what? Aurora. That is the certification question. AWS. Aurora. Which one, Nana? Aurora. Is this clear? Okay. So this is like, this is like, see here. This is a database instance, DB instance. What is another? DB instance. This RDS is completely managed by AWS. You just need to create a DB instance. The DB instance is managed by AWS. That means the entire platform is managed by AWS. What you need to do is you just try to create a DB instance. That's it. AWS will give you the username and password. Connect it. That's it. Is it possible to SSH RDP inside the machine? Answer is no. Remember, this is very important. When you launch EC2 instance, can you log into the EC2 instance? EC2 instance. EC2 instance. Can you log into the EC2 instance? Of course. We launch the EC2 instance, we log into the EC2 instance, we'll install, we'll work, we'll do everything. But whereas you're a DB instance, RDS DB instance, you create a DB instance, you can only connect it. Can you log in it? Can you do RDP SSH into it? No, because that entire DB instance is managed by AWS. That entire platform is managed by AWS. Remember that. So here we have engine. Let's say if we have MySQL, and in the backend, the whole entire platform is managed by whom? AWS. So client will just connect to the engine. That's it. Can you do RDP SSH to the DB engines? No, we cannot do RDP SSH to RDS DB engine because platform is managed by AWS. And is this clear? Okay. Let's say in on-premises, you have databases with lot of data and you want to migrate it to AWS. You want to migrate to AWS. So there is a service called, which is might be useful for DBS. It's called DMS. What is it now? Database Migration Service. Which one? Database Migration Service. This is called DMS. Database Migrate. So this service is used to migrate the database from one place to another place. There is a question. If you're asking me, Sri Krishna, by default MS SQL engine will be there or it's our choice? How many engines are there? 7 choice. Whichever you want, you create it. No, it is not by default. If you want to create a DB engine, you can select any of the engine here. 7 engines. Okay, is this clear till here, everyone? So which is the service you use to create databases? RDS. RDS supports how many engines? 7 engines. What are those? MOM, PMA, I, if you remember. Is it possible to do SSH RDP to the DB instance? We can only just connect it. RDS is a database or database service? Database service. And this RDMS, RDS supports only what type of databases? RDBMS databases. What type of databases? What is RDBMS? RDBMS meaning relational. What is? This RDBMS will give lot of value for relations. Right? Like relations. Let's say some people will give very good value for relations. Some people will take it very light. Yes or no? So this RDBMS will give good value for relation. And there is something also called non-relational. Relational, non-relational. Relational married persons, non-relational bachelors. In relational, everything is bound, fixed. But non-relational, nothing fixed. Non-relational completely. So here in in market also nowadays, this non-relational databases Hava that that is lot of non-relational databases are there in the industry. Online people or whoever is experienced people. Can you tell me if you have you heard about a word called NoSQL? Huh? Which one? Not SQL. This is NoSQL. What is this? NoSQL. So there is a concept called NoSQL database services, which are non-relational. Which are non-relational. So in market, we have something called MongoDB. Have you heard about MongoDB? Cassandra, MongoDB, Cassandra. Like there are so many databases are there. These are very, 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 very fast. Compared to relational databases, non-relational databases are faster. If you want to have a high performance, which one would you choose? Relational, non-relational? Non-relational. So in non-relational market, which is the famous databases that we have? MongoDB. Which one? MongoDB is there, Cassandra is there, there are so many are there. But AWS also has to implement his own NoSQL databases, no? So for that reason, AWS came up with a service called DynamoDB. Say that. DynamoDB. So this DynamoDB is a NoSQL database services. This is purely for developers, guys. This is purely for developers. This is relational or non-relational? Non-relational. It's not relational. This is purely for developers. If I ask you a question, which is the database, which is a NoSQL based database in AWS? DynamoDB. The first thing that you should get in your mind is DynamoDB. Good. Chidi, what is database? Is used to store the, this is what I told you, no? Yes or no? Database meaning which is used to store the data. Did I told you database is used to store the huge data? Did I tell you this? Yes or no? I told database is used to store the data. And which one is used to store the huge data? Is used to store the huge data. In AWS, there is a service which is used to store the huge data. Generally, that is called data warehouse. What is that? You know it very well. What is warehouse? In our personal life also, we say our warehouse, no? Where you see lot of stock inside will be there in warehouse. Correct? Here also we have what warehouse? Data warehouse. And if you want to store a huge data, so-called big data, there is a service called Redshift. Which one? It's a data warehouse in AWS. Now, if I ask you a question, what is the data warehouse service in AWS? Redshift. Say that. Say that. Online, put it in the chat. Which one? Redshift. Okay. Which is the service used to set up RDBMS databases? RDS. Which one? RDS. So RDS is a database or database service? Database service. How many engines does it support? 7 engines. What are those? MOM, PMA, I. So, and also this RDS supports RDBMS databases or NoSQL? RDBMS database. Which is the service in AWS supports NoSQL databases? DynamoDB. Which is the service in AWS supports data warehouse? Redshift. This is how you need to remember. Is it clear? And there is one more databases which is very important. Let me give one real-time example. Let me take one person name. Why you are always saying Darren? You tell me your name now. Arun, I'll take Arun, no? Arun bhai. No, everyone have one habit. Yeah, we'll take. When no one is there, when you got bored, what will you do? So he opened the laptop, he opened the browser, and what he'll type? www.flipkart.com. Example. Goodbye. Right? So generally we have this habit. See, when we get bored, some people what they do is they open Amazon or Flipkart or any shopping website and they will search for their favorite items. Yes or no? Window shopping. Yes or no? So let's say, for example, our Arun is there. Arun, which one do you like more? In Flipkart or Amazon, which one you like the most? Watch, shoes, shirts, glasses, what? Shirts. Okay. Shirts. So shirts or shoes, anything is fine. Okay, I'll take shoes. Anything is fine. So now what he did is he opened Flipkart and he searched for shoes. Flipkart shows shoes. Nice, very good. You know, in the backend, as a technical person, you know very well. It will go to which server? Application server, no, in the backend. Yes or no? Directly I'm putting it, huh? It will go to the application server. From application server, the request will go to where? Database server. Yes or no? So database server will have the hard disk. Yes or no? So this is the database server. Okay. Application server will talk to the database server. Database server will go to the hard disk. Hard disk will go and search for lot of things. Finally, it searches the data, what is requesting for, and will give back data to application server. Application server will give the data back to Arun. Yes or no? Yes or no? This is hard disk. Okay, now, first time he opened shoes and he got the result. Second time also, he asking for shoes. What Flipkart did? It shows the shoes. Application server has given the details. Third time also shoes. Fourth time also shoes. Fifth time also shoes. Like this, 10th time also shoes. He's asking the same information again and again, again and again, again and again. If the application server has a face, you tell me how does the face he'll put application server? If you're asking the same data again and again, Sirac, correct? Right? Right? Why this Arun is asking for shoes again and again, again and again, again and again, right? So application server got irritated a lot. Application server itself is irritating. How about database servers? Where database you need to go and fetch the data from hard disk, go inside, get it again and again. So this database server guy will put even very nasty face. I don't know how to draw very nasty faces. He goes mental. Okay. Because Arun is asking for the same data again and again. Same data again and again. So now, as this application server database server got irritated a lot because it's asking for the same data meaning can we say got a frequently accessed data? What is that we call? Frequently accessed data. Now, Arun asks the data, database will go and get the data from hard disk, same it will repeat 10 times. Instead of that, now database server said, hey, Arun is asking 11th time also he'll ask the same information. Why I need to go and fetch the data from hard disk again and again? Can I put the data in memory? Can I put the data in memory? Because he knows what kind of data? Frequently accessed data. What is that? Nana, if you're asking, so frequently accessed data, we'll keep it in a place. Can we call it as cache? What we do? Cache. So now all the data, I'll put it in memory. And that memory, we call it as cache memory. Can I store all the frequently accessed data in this cache memory? Yes. Frequently accessed data. Now, all the data is saved in the cache memory. Now you tell me, when Arun asks 15th time, now application server will go to the hard disk or it will cache memory will give the response. Cache, you will get the response will be given by the cache memory. So by this, it will be faster. And then you know to get the data, database server know to get the data again and again. Correct? You're getting it. So this is called cache memory. What is this called? Cache memory. Like RDS supports how many engines? 7 engines. No. Similarly, this we have here 2 engines are there. Number 1, we call it as Redis. And number 2, we call it as Memcached. Say that, Nana. Redis and Memcached. Which one? And this service is called Elastic cache. What service is this? Elastic cache. Elastic cache supports how many engines? Two engines. What are those? Redis and Memcached. So can we say Nana Elastic cache is nothing but is a in-memory database caching service? Say that. What is Elastic cache? In-memory database caching service. So if you're using in-memory database caching, you will get the low latency or high latency? Low latency. You will get a good performance or a slow performance? I mean high performance. So this is called elastic cache. So instead of going your request to the database, slow database again and again, in between what you can put? Cache database you can put. What is the cache database here in AWS? Elastic cache. Elastic cache supports how many engines? Two engines. What are those? Redis and either you can go for Redis, either you can go for Memcached. What is the difference between all these things? When we go deeper into the elastic cache, there we learn. Now you understood why we need to have a cache database? Clear? I'll stop it here. Is it clear till here, everyone? So what did we discuss quickly? Okay, let me ask the questions. Fatafat answer it. Online people, please put it in the chat. So generally I have photos, videos, and where do you store? S3. Where do you store? S3. Generally, one volume can be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time? No. If I want to have a shared storage, which service do you recommend? EFS. What is EFS? Elastic File System. Elastic File System. So now EFS is completely managed by AWS. EFS is for which type of operating systems? Linux. EFS supports which type, which protocol? NFS version 4. What is that? NFS version 4. EFS is what based storage? File based storage. EFS is limited, unlimited? Unlimited. EFS can be mounted to multiple EC2s at the same time across availability zones? Answer is yes. I have lot of data, but I want to physically transfer to AWS. Which service would you suggest? Snow family. How many devices? What are those? Snow cone, Snow Edge, Snow mobile. So I have lot of data which I stored in S3, but I'm not frequently using it. Then move it to archive. Glacier. Which one? Glacier. So Glacier meaning what purpose is this? Archive purpose. It is cheaper than S3. In on-premises, I have storage, but there is a short of storage all the time. Everyone started cribbing me saying that no space, no space, no space. But I want to leverage AWS service storage services. Which service is that? I'm not talking about databases. I'm talking about storage, which is a hybrid storage. Storage gateway. Say that. Say that. Storage gateway. Storage gateway is the hybrid storage. So now I want to create databases. Which service do you suggest? RDS. Which service? What is the full form of RDS? Relational Database Services. RDS supports how many engines? 7 engines. What are those? MOM, PMA, I. And then is it possible to do RDP SSS to the DB instances? No, we can only connect it. We can only connect. So which is the NoSQL database in AWS? DynamoDB. Which is the data warehouse in AWS? Redshift. Which is the service used for migration, database migration? DMS. What is that? What is full form of DMS? Database Migration Service. So now I want to increase the performance of my database. All frequently accessed data, I want to put it in one place. So which service would you suggest? Elastic Cache. Elastic Cache supports how many engines? 2 engines. What are those? Redis and Memcached. What is Elastic Cache? In-memory database caching service. Say that. In-memory database caching service. One more time. In-memory database caching service. Clear? Super. Take the screenshots. And the second one. There is a service coming up, Margaret, that will be discussed in the next class. That will answer your question for global users concept. And the next. Okay. Online, can you give the final CC with smile, please, today? CC with smile. Great. So that is all, guys. For tomorrow, there is no class. Tomorrow is Sunday, no? No class, Babu. So next class is Monday. Sundays, no class. Only Monday to Saturday. Okay, so that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you on Monday with the next topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and see you on Monday. Good night. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.